Every day, we try to control the environment in which we live and work, and when we're successful, we feel better. I just made an adjustment to my environment, and now I feel better, more comfortable. With the use of a new proven technology, I can also change the handling environment for these shipping containers. Now, why would you want to change your product's handling environment? Consider for a moment the amount of quality dollars that you put into your product. Quality dollars that represent your product design, manufacturing, packaging, marketing, advertising, shipping, and customer service. It amounts to a substantial investment, an investment that you lose control of the minute your product leaves your hands.
What the ShockWatch has done for us is to give us the indicators we need to make sense out of what's happening in the field on the equipment.
The competitive nature of our industry puts all pricing about equal. ShockWatch provides that difference that sets Global apart from the other competitors.
ShockWatch has had a positive effect on our entire customer delivery program.
Media Recovery Incorporated, headquartered in Dallas, Texas, has developed a program that extends your quality control by changing the environment through which your product moves. The program incorporates a unique device called ShockWatch.
Prior to joining Media Recovery, I spent 10 years with the Hazeltine Corporation as marketing manager. My division manufactured a CRT display. One of the major problems we had was a DOA rate that was staggering. It was affecting my customers, my distributors, my service department. And I went through a thought process that said, how can I resolve the problem? My first option was to call my transportation people in and say, look, we've got to do something about it. Let's talk to our carriers, and need be, let's change carriers. And actually forgot about it. 2 months later, it was still there. So the second option I had was to get involved with changing the package. I called our packaging engineering people and asked them to redesign the box. 6 months later, with a lot of time and a lot of energy lost, the problem was still there, to the point where I had to go to the design engineering people and say, look, you've got to design this equipment to be able to handle the abuse of the distribution cycle. It was just killing us. What I didn't know was that there was a fourth option available, that being a way to control and change the environment that package is exposed to. Since joining Media Recovery, with 40 million products spread across the world, we have offered customers the ability to actually do that, change the environment of which the package is exposed to. It's a bottom line situation that really works.
Unlike a passive warning on some fragile labels, the ShockWatch programs the handler to be more careful. It sends him a message saying, "This one's hot." A message he won't ignore. Now here's why. In the middle of this ShockWatch label is a hollow glass tube containing a liquid reservoir. The fluid is held in place by simple surface tension, much like a drop of water on a freshly waxed surface. Normal handling or vibration will not make it activate, but when excessive impact or vibration occurs, the surface tension breaks and the fluid moves quickly through a fine oxide coating in the other portion of the tube. Each ShockWatch is designed and manufactured with precision. This enables ShockWatch users to monitor extremely close tolerances of shock and vibration. And because quality is a priority, ShockWatch users are assured that they'll get a consistent performance every time. But how does this physical change from clear to red affect the way that people handle your product? Why does it extend your level of control? It's really very simple. Think about this. While driving, have you ever deliberately run a stop sign? If you're like many of us, you probably have. Now, would you consider running that same stop sign if a patrol car were parked in clear view? Probably not. We're all conditioned to obey the rules. No one wants to get caught. It's this innate human response that literally changes your product's environment. Without it, that environment remains uncontrolled, open to the cost of human carelessness.
I think the question I'm most often asked by people seeing the ShockWatch label for the first time is, does it work? Now, that's a natural question if you anticipate spending any money with us. And of course the ShockWatch works technically. But what really works is the program that we've built around that ShockWatch label. And it's really a three-step procedure. It's a matter of informing your own people that the program is implemented in the factory. It's a matter of informing your carriers that a ShockWatch program is in effect and communicating that fact with them. It's a matter of informing your customers to be anticipating that label on that container when it arrives to implement proper receiving procedures. The benefits are obvious. There's going to be less damage. There's going to be less field service. There are going to be reductions in returns of merchandise. There's going to be potential savings in packaging. And of course, all of that moves directly to the bottom line.
Deregulation in the transportation industry has caused dramatic changes for shippers. Knowledge and control of how products are handled has become an imperative for thousands of companies. The ShockWatch ability to control a handling environment is important in another area too. At Executive Instruments, the ShockWatch clip is applied during manufacturing, extending quality control over the entire product cycle.
The clip is placed on the unit as it comes out of the production area. It's placed in the transport area and taken to the shipping area so that from the time it leaves the production area, it has ShockWatch protection. Problem was, at least our feeling was, that the unit was damaged in shipping, but we had no way of knowing it because it was hidden. As the ShockWatch has been used, it's become more recognized, I think, by the carriers, and I believe they do handle the equipment better. ShockWatch has probably produced a 70% decrease in damage in shipments.
The ShockWatch program is not limited to sensitive high-tech equipment. In fact, Unicor, a manufacturer of office furniture, has also seen positive results.
When we started this program with the 10 locations, we did not expect to find a great deal of difficulty in initiating this program, especially with all the help we've had from the ShockWatch people, and it's proved to be that way. In the initial program we started at the 2 locations, we had a 67% decrease in carrier damage, and this, of course, was passed on to the carriers and also to the customers in the savings. We've not only had a decrease in carrier damage, which resulted in the satisfied customers, but we've also had carriers tell us how much they like the program. The main benefits we've had from the ShockWatch program has been reduced carrier damage, and that's what we set out for, and that's what we received.
So ShockWatch has a proven ability to control handling. Carriers have realized this extra control too, and one in particular, Global Van Lines, has adopted ShockWatch as a central theme in their national marketing effort.
When a family moves their possessions, it's everything that they own. They want us to be as concerned as they would be if they were moving them themselves. ShockWatch provides that real difference. Other carriers can talk about careful handling. Global can visibly demonstrate what careful handling is all about. ShockWatch has proven itself to reduce our claims ratio. By reducing a claims ratio, leaves more profitability to our agency and to the carrier.
Implementing a ShockWatch program is easy. The people at Media Recovery provide full support, including a variety of communication aids, from posters and labels to shipping tape and more, all to ensure that the program goals are communicated and understood at every level. To give you an idea how ShockWatch will contribute to your profits, consider this theoretical budget analysis. Let's say you ship 10,000 units annually and have only a 2% damage rate. This naturally will mean that 200 of your 10,000 units shipped will arrive at your customer's dock in a damaged state. A conservative estimate for service costs, including the cost of spare parts, is $500 per service call. 200 units times $500 is $100,000 a year. Other hidden costs you could have are increased administrative time and logistics support, reshipping charges, installation delays, and higher installation costs. You could even lose a customer. For the past 10 years, ShockWatch users worldwide have reported reductions in shipping damage of 50 to 90%. So in this example, after an initial investment of $15,000, you could reduce damages by only 15% and break even. Reduce damages by 50% and earn a return on your investment of $35,000. Reduce damages by 75% and your ROI would be $60,000. The more your damages are reduced by the ShockWatch program, the more you increase your bottom line profits. As you can see, the ability to deliver quality goods on time and intact is just as important as offering a quality product itself. In effect, when you protect the dollars you put into your product, you get more profits in return. Given today's competitive marketplace and the fact that this technology is available to you right now, the question is not, why should you incorporate a ShockWatch program, but rather, can you truly afford not to?